Hey, practice at home. This is young Victor Lilov. He's a couple months shy of being 13. He helped us with a practice tape, and you'll see segments of that from approximately 3 years ago. And now he has some accomplishments from all the hours of practice he's put in. He won the national 12s. He's ranked 1 in the U.S. He won the prestigious Orange Bowl boys 12s. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening. We say 10 minutes, 10 months, 10 years. You have to practice. Years ago, we called the acquisition of skill muscle memory, but it's really brain memory. The brain, the athlete, is a biocomputer. So you'll see Victor, and he'll show us today as well, but you'll see different exercises we call routines to do at home. Do them before you go to school in the morning. Do them after you get your homework done at night. And then you're going to log having done those practice exercises. And again, you're building brain memory. And you never grow away from basics. Vince Lombardi, the great football coach, be brilliant with basics. You can't win without a serve, forehand, backhand, volley, etc. So it's a matter of always working on skills. Winning is a byproduct of skills. You can't outgrow fundamentals. So you'll see that we have exercises where Victor has to shadow swing in front of a mirror. He's got to hit off a cone. We're always telling players, you don't want to be bored. To be bored is to insult one's own intelligence. But when you practice, you have to be switched on. To produce myelin, the chemical substance the brain produces, which wraps around one's neural pathways and is going to help with the speed of movement and the smoothness of movement. So again, the only way to get better is to put the hours in. In tennis, I find many times that we need to look at other sports. If an athlete like Michael Jordan, such a superior athlete, has to stand in one place and then practice 300 foul shots every day. And in doing that, he has to make the shot. For some reason, tennis players grow away from basics. When someone is becoming a sprinter and they're taught how to come out of the starting blocks, what they're taught from their first day coming out of the starting blocks is the same thing they're trying to master their whole career. So you'll see some things that perhaps you're not doing, but at home, the parents listening to the tape, you need to get full-length mirrors. You need to get a couple cones and hang up a string from the ceiling. And I think it'll be fun for you to look at the clips we have. This is Victor. Victor loves tennis. He loves to practice. He's getting up on his own every morning, and he's shadow swinging. Let's let Victor show you a couple routines in front of the mirror. Go ahead, Victor. We'll start with the ready position. And now the forehand volley. Okay, turn. Okay, put yourself where you can see yourself in front of the mirror. That's it, the reflection. Okay, turn, step, go forward, long hitting zone, bent to bent. Left hand's way out in front. I like how your body's leaning in. Okay, do that one more time. Now we can go through all the strokes. We call it the 42-second review. But now do the forehand volley one more time. Ready, turn. Look at the mirror. Step and go forward. All right, very good. Now let's do the forehand ground stroke. And he could do this off different stances, the closed stance, the square stance, open, semi-open. But right now, just conventional, just step straight ahead. Pivot, stand up tall. Look in the mirror. You're a handsome guy. Your mother loves you. All right, now step and swing, and go up. You want to turn your hip in. You want to adjust your back foot. So do that again. Breathe out as you lift, and up. All right, very good. Let's do the two-handed backhand volley. Okay, you're going to turn, change your grip, straighten your arm. Okay, step and go forward. Okay, ready position. Like, very good how you're leaning in. Now two-handed one more time. Now the body's at a 45-degree angle in this position. Now we'll do a one-handed backhand volley. Okay, turn, change your grip, right side of number one. Very good. Okay, now look at the mirror, step and go forward, left arm back, and now you stay sideways. All right, do that one more time. All right, turn, step and go forward. All right, now we'll do the top spin backhand, two-handed. Ready, turn. Now he's a two-hander. He should be able to demonstrate the one-hander, but go ahead. High, low, high, inside out, front leg straight. Turn the body in, that's good. All the way on the heel, so this knee turns in. That way you have the kinetic chain. All right, two-handed backhand again. Okay, racket on edge, turn the body. Now you're on the inside. Go out to the imaginary contact point, away from your body. It's very good how you relax the swing from your elbows, but the racket's much further away from your body like this, and your arms are loose. Okay, now the topspin backhand one-handed. Okay, turn. It's going to ATA, air the armpit. Turn more than sideways to stay sideways. Go ahead and lift up. All right, good breathing. Now do that again, where you sit in the imaginary chair. No shortcuts, ready position, change your grip every time. Look in the mirror, hit and hold. Very good. Now let's do the underspin backhand. Every time ready position. Okay, grip on 3, turn. Right side of number 1. In this position, go ahead, hand-to-hand forms a line. And again, looking forward. And repeat, underspin backhand. Head's in front of your stepping foot. Trailing hip is higher, body's leaning in. Very good. All right, now the overhead. Set the racket up with your left hand first. Turn the body. Your elbow is a little bit lower than your shoulder, the right elbow. Now look up at the imaginary ball. I'll go through the swing slowly. Okay, now you can choke up on your racket just a little bit, just because of this garage door. All right, now ready position first, step back. All right, now looking in the mirror like an imaginary ball. Now go through the swing. Very good. Now the serve. Weights forward. You know the word picture method. You have the handcuffs. Bathroom scale 1, come back to bathroom scale 2. Shift your weight. You're in this position. All right, now from here you're going to arc the ball forward. Imaginary 1 o'clock, big giant clock out here in front. Comb the hair, salute, talk on the telephone, go through the whole motion. It's loose. You go up here, out to the side. All right, repeat that again. Nice and loose. Go spaghetti, like a puppet on a string. No bones in your, no muscles in your body. All right, loose. Go ahead, slow. Look forward, look forward. All right, do that one more time. And when you do it, you're going to look out here at the contact point. Look out here at the contact point, and your arm is loose. Loose. Okay, go ahead. All right, very good. Give me the high five. Shadow swinging, Victor. We always want to work towards a Vic Braden theme where you're going to become an independent thinker and a problem solver. So I know that Victor is a young 12-year-old still. I mean, he's much taller now, but the ball gets up high, and what happens typically at a tournament is the players will start to have their grip go farther underneath, so because they're playing so many high balls. So he's still going to have that in his mind from a recent tournament in Miami, that he's going to really work on keeping his grip closer to the third panel, which he's working on. But let's just watch him shadow swing. So it's very much the same as he was doing. It's exactly the same as he was doing when he started with us at 8 years old. The body's a built-in gym, so you can see how he's got to get low with the legs, long hitting zone. And then when I ask him what's he working on, he has to give me a specific. Like his backhands come around. Why don't you do one more topspin backhand? Where he's closing the racket head. Sometimes the racket face opens up. When we get around to the overhead and the serve, even on that underspin backhand, sometimes he doesn't finish all the way through it. But on the overhead, he's working on, same as the serve, keeping his right elbow lower. But again, every day, he's got to go through these exercises, and it doesn't take very long. So let's go on to the next exercise. Hitting off the cone. Got to do it. Not a ton of fun, but you got to do it. This young guy's 9. Double his life, he's 18, still hitting off the cone. Triple his life, 27, still hitting off the cone. He's going to show us 3 forehands, 3 backhands. All right, go to work. He's going to make the letter L. He's going to be a good distance from the cone. Now you could do this in front of a mirror. Okay, hit, hold, very good. And again. So instead of, also do it in front of a mirror, you could put a camera with a tripod behind him if you had to police his work. You had to monitor, see if he's really doing it. Okay, one more time. It just takes a matter of seconds. It's just principle-based. The brain has to be turned on, and he'll get better. He'll get better if he works on basics. All right, backhand side. Kind of move the cone so he has space. Okay, rackets up high, arms are loose. Go ahead. All right, and again. Say, for example, his mom's going to the grocery store. She's not going to be ready to leave for 10 minutes. This would be much better than playing a computer game for his tennis game. And again, in the follow through. Now you're overcorrecting with that back foot. One more time, backhand ground stroke. You have to own the cone. And then he's going to mark down that he's done it. And on his chart, good job, on his chart he's going to have a checkpoint instead of putting in a 0. We're always telling young kids you're not going to become a tennis hero if every day on your practice chart you're just putting down 0. Good man. Back to the cone, own the cone. Victor's going to show us routines that he's been doing since he was 8 years old. So go ahead, hit a topspin forehand, topspin backhand. We're going to hit a one-handed backhand as well with topspin. Even though he doesn't play that shot, he may one day elect to convert to being a one-hander, change to being a one-hander. But also, too, is that we have all our students teach, so he has to be able to demonstrate the one-hander. But deep, intent, purposeful practice. The brain switched on. He's just got to know how important it is to do this right and repeat it over and over again. So you got to love the cone. Okay, now we did static balance where Victor was shadow swinging in front of a mirror. Static balance in one place, stationary position. Now we're outside in the driveway, obviously. He's going to do dynamic balance. He's going to do stroke production with movement. So he can get a workout in as well. Now he incorporates footwork. So let's just have him do volleys. He's going to do a forehand volley, a backhand volley, a forehand volley, a backhand volley. He's going to hit a two-handed volley because that's what he's doing right now primarily when he plays because of his size. But we teach him every day. He trains every day to hit a one-handed volley. So it's going to be volley, two-handed, volley, one-handed. So forehand, backhand. All right, go ahead. And he's breathing, he's moving. More of a match play tempo. Let's go quickly. Just stay right in the driveway. And just keep going over and over again. Okay, now, come on back here. And he's just going to do the same thing, but forehand ground stroke, backhand stroke ground stroke. So let's do this. Topspin forehand, topspin backhand. Topspin forehand, underspin backhand. All right, with movement. Go ahead. There's so many different variations of this. Now, if you go to our course, Tennis Intelligence Applied, you can see all the details. It's a resource as far as exactly what he's doing with his feet. But the GreatBase practice just takes a matter of a few minutes. Okay, one more forehand. And now your underspin backhand. And repeat, topspin, topspin. All right, very good. Okay, now the overhead. Up and back, split step, go, crossover steps. Use that left hand, breathing, repeat it, up, up, up. The faster, the better. As long as your strokes are not breaking down, imagine there's a tennis ball, keep your eyes at the hit, and breathing. One more time, say yes at the hit. And one more time means keep on going. One more time. All right, great job. All right, now the serve. Toss way out in front, 1, 2, 3, split step. Better ready position. Take your time on the serve. Hands out in front in that ready position. Stay there for a little bit longer with the ready position. All right, start further back. Toss way out in front. You got to give yourself some room. And last one. Okay, driveway practice for the approach shot. Victor's going to show us a tabletop approach shot. He's going to run, he's going to turn, he's going to cross over, he's going to run, he's going to split step. Now, with the tabletop, it's like a volley with an added follow-through in this position. So show us that. All right, jog backwards. All right, one more time. All right, now the footwork's the same. This time he's going to hit a topspin approach shot. Circular swing, get below it and lift. Breathing every time. Light, light, light on your feet. And again. So do that one more time, Victor, but make sure that you run first. Don't turn first, run first. It does look like they blend together, but you run first. You gain forward momentum, proximity to the net. Okay, hold up. Now, tabletop on the backhand. The footwork's the same. You're going to run, cross over, run. But run first, go. Tabletop on the backhand. And split step. All right, now topspin. Come all the way back, all the way back. All right, now the underspin approach shot. Come all the way back. What he's going to do is he's going to run, and then as he hits, to stay sideways, he brings his back foot underneath, just a karaoke step. All right, show us that. All the way back. And last one. Now, we have the short course, the GreatBase initiative. We have the long course, tennis intelligence is applied. On our longer course, we show the tiebreaker test. It's hitting 6 balls. Cross court deep on the forehand side, cross court deep on the backhand side, up over the service line. And there's a couple different variations of it, but you have to make all 6 shots to score 1 point. Now, in this confined area, in this small driveway, what Victor's going to do is do the 6-ball drill. Now, he's showing you the forehand, he's showing you the backhand. He's going to have a forehand approach shot, he's going to have a backhand approach shot, he's going to alternate, and he can come in, practice hitting it as a tabletop pattern or a topspin pattern, but he's going to practice the basic shots. You know, he has a 2-handed volley, but we'd want to have him practice both 2-handed and 1-handed. But again, he's got to do it visually as if there's a target. So show us the 6-ball drill. Movement. All right, so that time was the forehand approach, this time will be the backhand approach. Come all the way back to me, all the way back to me. Give yourself some room. All right, go ahead. And go one more time. So keep moving, he's working on his footwork. Okay, notice, for example, with his footwork on his overhead, that he's using the crossover steps. He's not shuffling back. He's turning, going like this, which helps him with his body rotation. When he's hitting his ground strokes, he's hitting and he's recovering. He's hitting, recovers to the center. It's a crossover step. All right, let's just go one more time in the 6-ball drill. Go ahead. All right, great job, Victor. High five. A mind vitamin. Enthusiasm is contagious, and so is a lack of it. So Victor enthusiastically is going to shadow swing. Okay, go through some routines. Just energy, energy, energy. Fast feet, happy feet. Breathing. Imagining there's a tennis ball. Okay, now do it with an underspin backhand. It's good. Swing all the way through. Great how you're breathing. Footwork, 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 adjustment steps. Now the volleys. You get organized in the ready position. Takes strength to get back in that ready position. Okay, now a few overheads. That elbow's lower. Turning. Just need a sidewalk, just need a driveway, parking lot. You can do it inside as well if you have the space like this. Okay, now just a serve. One serve. I love shadow swinging. All right, great job. I love tennis, and I really love backboards. Backboards are the best way to practice. Unfortunately, they can be the worst way to practice as well. A young guy like Victor is going to take a 2-ounce ball and see if he can just knock the wall down. And when that happens, they're not practicing with a purpose. Also, too, you just drive through the neighborhood and you see some young kid who loves tennis, and he's innocently, he or she, they're practicing against the garage door. What happens is they're practicing skill, but they're not practicing form. Now, this is a copy, improved copy of what we used in the 80s and 90s called the Tennis Mate. The portable backboard, you can put it in your garage, you can put it in a driveway setting like this, a basement. You can even put it out on your yard. Now, it forces you to have vertical swings. It forces you to hit in a very confined area. The tennis court, remember, is less than 20 degrees wide. So, for example, this would be down the line. This would be cross court. Down the line, cross court, 19.1 degrees. Now, the rebound board, so Victor could go out on the yard, and when the ball comes down on an uneven surface like the grass, now the ball is going to bounce up. So it helps him with an even bounce, but also if he was a beginning player, which now he's not, it would actually slow the ball down because the rebound effect is going to be up here. So let's watch him just hit with the board. Forehands and backhands. He's moving, he's breathing. Okay, hold up. I'll just grab the tennis balls, Victor. So the portable backboard is great for fun, it's great for fitness, it's great for footwork, it's also great for strokes. Now, this is not as easy as it looks, but what he's going to do now is he's going to hit 2 forehands, 2 balls, forehand after forehand. Okay, go ahead. Get it started slowly and then pick up the tempo. Short, compact swing. All right, now if you just stop those, so obviously he's put some time on the portable backboard, the GreatBase backboard. Now what he's going to do is show us the backhand with 2 tennis balls. And then when you miss, you just got to start again. Got one? Okay, go ahead. All right, now I'd love to read about tennis players, and it just goes without saying, every great tennis player spent endless hours on a backboard. Now what Victor's going to do is he's going to hit some serves. So now he's got a tennis ball. So shadow swinging is very important. This right here adds to the practice. Now, for me, if someone is going to take piano lessons, it only makes sense that they have a piano at their house to practice. If someone's going to take tennis lessons, and tennis lessons can be expensive, only makes sense to have a portable backboard. If you can build a regular backboard, that's great, but you're still going to get rainy days, so you want to have an indoor backboard. Now what Victor's going to do is he's going to play a set. He's going to hit a serve, and we'll say, okay, play 8 ground strokes, forehand, backhand, and that would be 15 love, like he's playing Mr. Nobody, Mrs. Nobody. So Victor, you got a good chance of winning this one. And he's moving, he's breathing, and he loves it. And what we find is the better someone gets, the appetite increases. They want to hit more balls. People love to improve. Okay, with that, typically what happens is when we hear the term burnout, it's not really burnout for the most part. With most players, it's frustration factor because they're not getting better. And if you don't practice, you're not going to get better. Now, Victor, if you'd come right over here, hit forehands. I'm going to hit backhands. So what we can do is we can check our checkpoints. We can slow down. I'm going to go like this, hitting one-handed. I'm going to come up. And you're going to stay right over here, Victor. Okay, Victor's back. Turn to the camera, Victor, smile. Next time we're going to give Victor a speaking part. Now I'm going to come up like this. ATA, hold the archway in this position. I'm going to stay sideways. Hand-to-hand forms a line. All right, Victor's going to come up, release that swing from his elbow in this position. So I get to slow down and self-evaluate. And then Victor gets to do the same. All right, now Jeff Lewis is going to come in, and what they're going to do is they're going to go side to side, up and back. It's great to have a practice partner. Kids want to be around other kids. So Jeff's going to pretend he's a big kid. You're the little kid. Give me the high five. So you're going to go up and back. Jeff's going to go side to side. All right, get it going, guys. Oh, don't get lost on us, Victor. We love you, buddy. And just to count, okay, guys, get 100. Focus, eyes on the ball, keep your eyes down and lift. Tennis is also a lower body sport. So the GreatBase backboard with the GreatBase information, and this will be very powerful to have people improve the game. All right, guys, give each other a high five. Good job. Now Victor's going to hit against two types of backboards. The portable backboard, the GreatBase backboard, and then a regular backboard. But you're going to see the strokes are the same. He's still trying to perfect what we showed him when he was just a beginner. Okay, go ahead. So he's moving, he's breathing, get that front leg straight as you lift up. Top spin is a downward motion, create an upward motion of the body and racket. Okay. And now, Victor, if you'd hit us some ground strokes against the regular backboard. And again, you got to have the right head work. You got the right attitude. You just practice, practice, practice. Then it's footwork. And then it's going to be the racket and body work. Hit a couple underspin backhands. All right, well done. Teaching aids. There's a logical progression. So Victor, if you just shadow swing like you're in front of the mirror. So the mirror is going to be first. Okay, what would be second would be the cone. So back up a step, please. Now inside your house, grab some of these foam balls. In our country, you can go to oncourtoffcourt.com. But it's great to buy foam balls. You won't break any light bulbs. All right, so practice this. Make the letter L. Now, if you could purchase a tennis trainer, the tennis trainer would come before the GreatBase backboard. So now, hit some forehands against the tennis trainer. Back to the ready position each time, breathing out, getting low, and then doing the reps. Okay, hold up. Now, obviously, it's great to have a ball basket like this because eventually you have to take all this to the tennis court. And you can practice with the different balls that are different speeds. The red is slower than the orange. So you can add routines. It's just a matter of time management. A couple minutes here, a couple minutes there, it really all adds up. So Victor, why don't you just hit off the Billie Jean King eye coach. So he's just working on his forehand, three-point landing, racket down, body down as the foot goes out. And now we just I should say grab their skip rope and just skip rope for a few minutes. Now, when players are hitting, say for example, off the Billie Jean King eye coach and just working on technique, now they take a minute, go skip rope hard for a minute, 2 minutes, and then go back to work on technique. So you can combine fitness and technique with your routines. Okay, Victor, why don't you use the half physio ball and just do forehand volleys, 1 foot, balance. Keep the body to 45-degree angle. All right, let me show you another exercise against the wall. All right, now Victor's going to show us a couple drills against the wall. Just a regular wall as a teaching aid. So the serve. And he knows the exercises himself. Body's at a 45-degree angle 2 ways. He's leaning in. Do it again. So the lower body, upper body, arm, and racket are at a 45. Then all the body segments from his nose to his toes. All right, why don't you show us forehand volley drills. And he knows all the routines. So now forehand ground stroke would be good. Now just a couple minutes a day, it's like a quarterback just practicing taking the snap from a center. All right, good job. Okay, what you want to do is program your swing and then toss your swing. We're always asking young kids the riddle, does the racket find the toss or does the toss find the racket? Actually, a player should be able to close their eyes, wear a blindfold, and they should be able to serve. So what we want you to do, and Victor will show us, is hang a string, a ball at the end of the string. So for Victor, it's his outstretched arm and racket. Now just show us your contact point, Victor, in the power line. All right, now go through your motion slowly, properly, and then hit. And then I'll set it up for him. Now, obviously, he can do this on his own as well. But hang a string from the ceiling. What you want to do is program this swing, because when young people are learning to play, many times what they do is they toss the ball everywhere. But this will help him program his swing to be efficient. All right, do it a couple more times. Just say yes at the hit. So you load on that back foot. It's out at 1 o'clock, low and to the right. Okay, hit a couple more. And again. All right, good job. Now this is a very, very important exercise, a routine that I find quite often when I ask tennis players that I've told to do this that they don't do it. Now, hanging a string at your point of contact, outstretched arm, outstretched racket. But for Victor, he goes too fast on his serve. He needs to take his time, he needs to coil, get all his weight on the back foot, and then he needs to keep his right elbow down lower. He gets his right elbow up too high, so now the swing is too short. In this position, he can't accelerate the racket. The racket goes approximately 5 feet. You can't see it with a human eye, where the racket goes this way. So when he does this, even though when he first started out, it was a matter of really understanding where the toss is. But for now, he's still coming back and show us working on mechanics. Okay. And again, you just have to steady the ball. It's such an important skill just to focus. And what do you specifically, exactly need to work on? What are the details? Just do it one more time. All right, now back up for a second. Now, even with his left hand, he needs to make sure that his left arm is bent like this. Again, there's not a right way or wrong way, but most efficiently, just like a baseball player taking it out of the glove, to be very, very loose. Another thing he does sometimes is he does this on his serve. Just needs to be in this position, but it's not a matter of going down together, up together. So the upper body is going to coil just like the lower body. So just think of the left arm, letter J toss. Left arm bent, left arm goes parallel to the baseline. And it's so important so players know what to do, then they can practice and practice on their own. All right, great. Get a sock. You've got to get a sock, a long sock, a tube sock, sometimes they're referred to as a baseball sock. It's an old baseball trick for serving. Take 3 tennis balls, put them in the sock, and then tie a knot. Why baseball coaches used this years ago is if your palm goes up, it's not a throwing motion. If your palm goes up, what happens is the balls in the sock come back and hit you in the head or the back. So in serving, when I turn, okay, the balls will come between my elbow and my head this way. I'm going to have my palm down here. It's going to be palm down throughout. And then I have this action going up in this position. So it should be done in front of a full-length mirror so young Victor would know he's doing it properly. Why don't you just show us, swing the sock a few times. All right, now come on back here. Why don't you do this? Just so many different drills. One, you can just throw the sock as far as you can. Now, we won't do that right now. Another one would be just to serve, go through the power X, come in, 1, 2, 3, split step. Okay, show us that. Now you went forward a little bit too soon. Stay back longer. Just wants to coil properly. Another thing he can do is where he has the ball hanging from the ceiling is use that as his contact point, and now just go ahead and hit that with a sock. Great way to keep a player looking forward, keeping their head still, and once again having the body alignment where it's that power X, where you're leaning in at 45-degree angle and your body segments, your toes all the way to your nose are at a 45. So go ahead. Now the next drill he's going to do is a very, very tough drill. I always tease people and say, okay, I do this on the radio. I can't demonstrate this one on TV. That means it's not seen when it's on the radio. Laugh on 2. 1, 2. My jokes are not always so funny. But pinch the sock, shadow swing 1, and then come right up like this, and then see if you can hit the ball this way. Is that on TV? You got to stay back longer. You got to breathe, turn, and go up. And one more. Now try to do this one where you go forward, because if he's always staying back, he programs himself for toss that's too far back. Now toss and go forward. And then what he has to do is, say for example, he's going to do a set of 10 before he goes to school. He's going to do a set of 10 before he goes to bed. It just takes minutes. Okay, now the sock. Victor's going to swing the sock. One thing with the sock, though, you want to be your own best critic. And certainly I need to criticize myself for some of the things that Victor's doing with his serve. My opinion is that he did this too fast, maybe even too often the wrong way when he was younger. So now he's just going to do the sock slowly. He's going to make sure his right elbow is lower than his shoulder. And now do it with 3 socks. This is an old baseball trick. And now the weight of the sock will make him be more deliberate. Feel the turn, keeping the right elbow down, having the sensory perception as he's looking for an imaginary toss. Look at the imaginary toss. He has a better feel, the kinesthetic part, what that arm is doing behind him. So again, swing the sock. What we have to do is we have to record practice. We want to write it down. So great place to put the practice chart, a monitoring chart. Tennis management is right on the refrigerator. It's not the will to win, it's the will to prepare. It's just one piece of paper, and we've got the 3 holes so we can take each piece of paper, put it in a ring binder, and therefore we can look back. So this is just the week of December 2nd for Victor. There's some things on here besides the GreatBase initiative. 50-50 means he's going to do 50 sit-ups, 50 push-ups every day. As soon as he gets out of bed, he's going to jump rope. He's going to do 3 3-minute rounds, rest in between. It's going to take 11 minutes. But he's got down shadow swinging the backboard. And we've added these words, and you can add many things, but is he using the string? Is he using the cone? Is he using the sock? Is he using the board? Is he using the mirror? You can also put reps on this. But much better for Victor. Why don't you do that, Victor? Come on up and put a lot of check marks. The check marks are much better than putting zeros. We always tell people if you want to be a tennis hero, you can't record zeros. All right. All right, the clipboard. The clipboard is at least good for this. Hitting Victor over the head, knucklehead. Clipboard or knuckles. You need PPP to do that. Parental permission for pounding. But another thing I pound into players is they need to write down what they're doing. So you can have the poster on the refrigerator, but you can just have a clipboard, okay? A journal, a log. You've got to write down the investment, what exercises you've done day by day. It just takes a couple seconds to record practice. Okay, let's practice the GreatBase initiative. We've got Victor, the little guy. We got Austin, the big guy. Austin, the big guy, he did all these drills when he was Victor's age, and he's gone on. He's in this country a junior champion, Kalamazoo champion, college champion, NCAA, and now he's won at the Futures and Challenger level. Upward and onward. Let's see the forehand volley. Austin shadow swing, Victor hit. All right, now reverse. Austin hit, Victor shadow swing. All right, very good. Now back up a little bit. Okay, now off the bounce, Austin and overhead. Shadow swing, Victor. All right, now Victor, the overhead. All right, now let's have Austin serve. Victor shadow swing the serve. All right, Victor, here you go. All right, very good. Now, let's see you hit a forehand. All right, Victor, hand to hand. Move back a little bit, Victor. Austin shadow swing, down the line. And on this side, ready up, make a little circle. All right, very good. Now, switch. Let's go backhand volley. Move up to the net. Austin, shadow swing Victor. Okay, let's do it again. One more time, Austin. Young Victor, he's hitting a two-handed backhand volley, but we also have him hit it one-handed. So right now, one-handed Victor. And again, Victor. All right, now Austin, two-handed. All guys, gals should be able to teach tennis. Demonstrate. Now Victor, two-handed. All right, now back up. Now the underspin backhand, hit and hold. Hand-to-hand forms a line. Now, someone at Austin's level still needs to go back and practice basics. You never grow away from basics. Vince Lombardi, be brilliant with basics. All right, now last, guys, we'll let you go first, Victor. Topspin backhand. So Austin, shadow swing, circle, lift up. One more time, Victor. You didn't turn your hips in. Turn your hips in. That's better. Now Austin, and lift, sit in the chair. One more time. All right, guys, for the GreatBase Initiative, give each other the high five. Okay, to conclude, practice. You have to love practice. You're going to get out what you put in. So Victor has put in a lot of hours, and he's had some success. He wants to have more success. But by having done the practice routines, he's well on his way to be a better player. So get a mirror, get a sock, skip rope, all these things that don't cost very much money, and it's what you do on your own. There's work hard and then some. You know, the idea, champions are made when no one's watching. Daniel Coyle, champions are made when someone's all by themselves, no one's watching, they're bent over at the waist, they're dripping in sweat, they're gasping for oxygen. So again, practice, practice, practice. It's not a matter of just always doing demanding physical exercises. You have to take time and do these technical routines. And some of them are just slow motion routines, but again, you have to do them every day.